Hola clase, bienvenidos a este screencast, los comparativos y el superlativo. In this screencast we are going to talk about comparing things and also judging things. So let's begin with an example. ¿Cómo son diferentes las casas? So we have two houses, una de Guatemala y una de Argentina. Here are some sentences that use this structure that we're going to be learning. See if you can catch on to the formula for how to do this. La primera casa tiene más colores que la segunda casa. The first house has more colors than the second house. La segunda casa es más grande que la primera. La segunda casa es menos divertida que la primera. The second house is less fun than the first. Para expresar una comparación de diferencia, usa este formulario. So here's your formula for comparing two things, two different things. So first we're going to have our verb plus más o menos, and then the adjective, whatever description that you're giving it, and then que. And on the end are the two things you're comparing. So here's another example. La casa guatemalteca. Oops, I spelled guatemalteca wrong. Really wrong. Es más pequeña que la casa argentina. La casa argentina es menos bonita que la casa guatemalteca. Now, there are a couple exceptions to this rule. Estos adjetivos tienen formas distintas, so they have different forms when we compare them. So, bueno, instead of saying más bueno, like more better or more gooder, we say mejor or better. Instead of saying más malo or more bad, more badder, we say peor or worse. And there are two more. Viejo, más viejo we wouldn't say, so instead it becomes mayor, older. And joven, to say younger, it becomes menor. We would never say más viejo or más joven. So estas palabras más y menos no se usan. Never use más o menos with these four words. So let's look at some examples. And we're using this photo from La Película Volver that we've watched some clips from. So we use the verb and then mejor, peor, mayor, menor. And sometimes if it's plural, you also have to change the ending. And que. So an example, Paula es menor que Raimunda. So Paula, the daughter, is younger than Raimunda, the mom, obviously. Las películas españolas son mejores que las películas mexicanas. Spanish movies are better than Mexican movies. This is just a judgment. So sometimes you're giving your opinion when we talk about mejor, peor. Now, another way to use these words is with el superlativo. And this is para dar tu opinión o clasificar algo como número uno o el peor, cero. So you're giving your opinion, you're classifying something as the best or the worst. So it also has a little formula, and we say the thing or the noun más o menos que, or más o menos, and then the adjective. So not que in this instance, but just the most whatever, or the least whatever. So la comida más deliciosa, there's your adjective, deliciosa, es el chocolate. So you're making the judgment that it's the most. Yo tengo la casa menos interesante del barrio. I have the least interesting house of the neighborhood. So Again, the superlativo is not necessarily comparing two things, but just setting one apart from a group. So when we want to use those kind of exception words, peor, mejor, mayor, menor, then we do the same kind of thing. But we just put el, la, los, las plus mejor or peor, and then whatever the noun is. So pienso que Ana es la mejor bailarina. I think Anna is the best dancer. Limpiar el baño y sacar la basura son los peores quehaceres. They're the worst chores. So we're making a judgment. Now, we have to use the word de after the adjective cuando comparas contra un grupo o categoría. So when you're comparing it against a group or a category and you want to say what that group or category is. So for example, Volver, the movie that we mentioned earlier, es la mejor película de todas. It's the best movie of all movies. Tu proyecto es el más creativo de la clase. So again, we use de when we're going to compare it against the group that we're judging. So to end, let's why don't you write a couple sentences comparing la manzana y la naranja. And here's some adjectives you could use. Alto, gordo, jugoso, sabroso, dulce, duro, blando. And compare the two. Writing sentences using the formula we talked about earlier. And then give a superlativo, superlative. So, ¿cuál es la mejor o la peor fruta en tu opinión? Out of these two or out of de todas las frutas? El fin.